Welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage here on WQLN PBS. Scholastic Scrimmage is brought to you by the members of WQLN and our friends at the Morris Coupling Company, a company with a strong commitment to service, manufactures parts for pneumatic conveying and industrial vacuum systems. Supported by a dedicated group of employees, Morris has called Erie home for more than 80 years.
Hello, and welcome back to the fourth season of Scholastic Scrimmage. We have made it to the semifinals. I'm your host, Glenn Holland. The match will have two halves with a lightning round midway through each half. We'll get to know the students a little better at halftime. As a reminder, Scholastic Scrimmage is a game that requires rapid recall of specific factual information and is not indicative of academic training. Time for our first toss-up. What god, whose vahana or mount is the bull Nandi, is the husband of Parvati and is a member of the Hindu Trimurti, who is often called the Destroyer? Mercyhurst, Leith.
Vishnu.
I'm afraid not. Cochranton.
Hammurabi.
Cochranton, Daniel.
Hammurabi.
No, it is Shiva. Toss-up. What modern country, home to the composer of the 40-voice motet Spem in Alium, was where My Lady Neville Brooks was composed in 1591 by William Byrd? That modern country is the United Kingdom. Toss-up. In 2023, what country, which removed all fines for having a third child in 2021, lost its place to India as the world's most populous nation? Cochranton, Daniel.
China.
Correct. Here's your bonus. What most populous city in North Dakota is part of a metropolitan area that also includes the city of Moorhead, Minnesota?
Bismarck.
No, it is Fargo. Toss-up. Pencil and paper ready. What is the only quadrant that does not contain any part of the graph of the line y equals negative 2x plus 3? Mercyhurst, Leith.
Quadrant 3.
That is correct, the third quadrant. Bonus. In what 1854 purchase did the U.S. acquire what is now southern Arizona and New Mexico from Antonio de Santa Anta's government in Mexico?
The Mexican Purchase.
No, that's the Gadsden Purchase. Toss-up. What adjective derived from the 3rd century king of Epirus, who won the battles of Asculum and Heraclea over Rome, refers to a very costly victory? That is a Pyrrhic victory. Toss-up. What ancient poet who wrote about different holidays in Fasti was a Roman who compiled mythological stories of transformation? Mercyhurst Prep, Leith.
Ovid.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. In what country's January 2024 presidential election was Democratic Progressive Party Vice President Lai Ching-te elected to replace Tsai Ing-wen?
Taiwan.
That is correct. Toss-up. What home country of former San Antonio Spurs player Manu Ginobili was once led by...
Argentina.
I'm sorry?
Argentina.
Yes, it's Mercyhurst Jackson. Here's your bonus. What term refers to a collection of data stored in rows and columns in a relational database?
Grid.
No, that is a database table. Toss-up. What objects can represent linear transformations on vectors, are invertible if their determinant is non-zero? Mercyhurst, Aiden.
Matrices?
That is correct. Here is your bonus. Madeline, a trans woman working to overcome anxiety, is the protagonist of what indie platformer game about climbing the Tidal Mountain?
Celeste. 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 Celeste.
That is correct. Here's your toss-up. What novel, whose frame story begins in the year 1801 as Mr. Lockwood visits the isolated Yorkshire home of Heathcliff, was written by Mercyhurst Prep, Kaylee?
Wuthering Heights.
That is correct. Here is your bonus. What captive emperor's death sparked a deadly battle called Noche Triste the following evening?
Montezuma.
That is correct. It's time for our lightning round. Coin toss has determined that Cochranton will have first choice of topics, and your choice is the RMS Titanic or state borders.
State borders.
All right. Name the state given clues about states that border it. Island state bordered by no others.
Hawaii.
Correct. The largest state bordered by no others.
Alaska.
Correct. Georgia and Alabama are to its north.
Florida.
Correct. Oregon is to its south and Idaho to its east.
Washington.
Correct. Oklahoma is to its north.
Texas.
Correct. Only state it borders is New Hampshire.
Maine.
Correct. Massachusetts is to its north and Connecticut to its west.
Rhode Island.
Correct. Kansas is to its east and Utah to its west.
Nevada.
No, Colorado. Montana is to its west and Iowa to its east.
North Dakota.
No, South Dakota. Missouri is one of 8 states it borders.
Pass.
That's the last question. Missouri is one of 8 states it borders. That's Tennessee. All right. Mercyhurst Prep, your topic is the RMS Titanic. Answer the following about the Titanic and its sinking. Object that caused the sinking.
Iceberg.
Correct. Ocean in whose cold northern waters it sank.
Atlantic.
Correct. Month of 1912 in which it sank.
April.
Correct. 3-letter distress call that was telegraphed out during the sinking.
SOS.
Correct. Term for Titanic's cheapest level of accommodation below 3rd class.
Pass.
British shipping company that operated Titanic.
Pass.
Woman nicknamed Unsinkable for her valor in the disaster.
Pass.
Ship that rescued the Titanic survivors.
Conrad.
No, it's the Carpathia. Macy's co-owner who died in the sinking.
Pass.
Titanic's captain who went down with his ship.
Pass.
Term for the captain who went down with the ship was Edward Smith. And now, with the lightning round completed, we return to our regular line of questioning with a toss-up. In what century, when the War of the League of Cambrai took place, did the Council of Trent try to counter the effects of the Protestant Reformation? Mercyhurst, Leith.
16th century.
Correct. Pencil and paper ready for your bonus. What is the area of a sector of a circle whose radius is 6 and whose central angle measures 90 degrees?
Bonus. 9 pi. 9 pi.
That is correct. Toss-up. What musical in which a reprise of I'll Cover You is sung during Angel's funeral is set among bohemian New Yorkers? Cochranton, Daniel.
Rent.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. The President of France also serves as a co-prince of what landlocked country whose official language is Catalan? That is Andorra. Toss-up. What book that begins on a cruising yawl called the Nellie describes the cruelty of colonial ivory trader Kurtz and was written by Joseph Conrad? Mercyhurst, Aiden.
Heart of Darkness.
Correct. Here's your bonus. What British author defended gloomy literature in the poem Terence, This Is Stupid Stuff, and described a runner's funeral in To an Athlete Dying Young?
Smith.
And that was A.E. Houseman. Toss-up. What explorer whose son Sebastian, named the Rio de la Plata, sailed for Henry VII of England and in 1497 discovered the mainland of North America? Cochranton, Allison.
Christopher Columbus.
No. Mercyhurst?
Drake.
No, that was John Cabot. Toss-up. What technique is used in the Winkler test to measure dissolved oxygen levels and can use a base to find the unknown concentration of an acid? That is titration. Toss-up. What actor played a futuristic fighter pilot who lands in the year 2022 in the Atom Project and a superhero, Wade Wilson, in Mercyhurst, Jackson?
Ryan Reynolds.
Correct. Here's your bonus. In 2024, Laxman Narasimha stepped down as CEO of what company, which under Howard Schultz opposed a drive that led over 400 of its stores to unionize?
Starbucks.
That is correct. Toss-up. What author described the car destroyed by Caractacus Pot in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and wrote the novel Goldfinger, which depicts the spy James Bond? That is Ian Fleming. Toss-up. What former bus driver whose regime held a referendum on the Essequibo region of Guyana claimed a disputed victory in Venezuela's 2024 election? That was Nicolas Maduro. Toss-up. What French scientist whose constant K sub E appears in his law describing the force between charged particles names the SI unit of charge? Mercyhurst, Leaf.
Volt.
No. Cochranton? Daniel.
Planck.
No, it's Coulomb. Charles-Augustin de Coulomb. Toss-up. What king, who in 1200 controversially married Isabella of Angoulême, was forced by his barons in 1215 to sign a royal charter, the Magna Carta? Mercyhurst, Aiden.
John.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. In the 19th century, Edward Lear greatly popularized what short poetic form that typically obeys the rhyme scheme A, A, B, B, A?
Lyric poem.
No, it is the limerick. And that brings us to our halftime. And at halftime, the score stands at Mercyhurst Prep 170, Cochranton 85. And now we'll have the opportunity to get to know our students just a little bit better.
My name is Aiden. I'm a sophomore, and if I had a superpower, I would have time warp.
My name's Kaylee. I'm in 11th grade, and if I could have any superpower, it would be invisibility.
Hey, my name's Leaf. I'm a junior, and if I were to have a superpower, I'd want to manipulate probability.
My name is Jackson. I'm a junior, and if I had any superpower, I would choose super speed.
My name is Isabel. I'm in 12th grade, and if I could have any superpower, I would want to be a shapeshifter. My name is Daniel. I'm in 11th grade, and I think telekinesis would be a fun superpower.
I'm Allison. I'm a senior, and if I had a superpower, I would choose teleportation.
My name's Kendall. I'm a senior, and if I could choose any superpower, I would be a mind reader.
Toss-up. What first name is shared by the author of Democracy and Education and an English philosopher who considered the mind a tabula rasa, surnamed Locke? Mercyhurst, Leith.
John.
Correct. Here is your bonus. What musical instruments manufacturers include the Austrian company Bosendorfer and German-American company Steinway and Sons?
Piano. Piano.
That is correct. Toss-up. What phenomenon with a common dizygotic form and a very rare conjoined form results in offspring with nearly the same DNA in its Mercyhurst, Aiden.
Twins?
That is correct. Here's your bonus. What modern-day country, whose highest peak was formerly called Communism Peak, is a former Soviet republic whose capital is Dushanbe?
Tajikistan.
I'm sorry?
Tajikistan.
That is correct. Toss-up. What country's waters contain the tongue of the ocean, a deep region that borders the island of New Providence, which is home to its capital, Nassau? Mercyhurst, Leith.
Bermuda.
No, Cochranton? Yes, Daniel.
Trinidad and Tobago.
No, it is the Bahamas. Toss-up. What man who was represented by Roswell Field in a case that he lost to John Sanford in 1853 was an enslaved man who sued for citizenship? That man was Dred Scott. Toss-up. What quantity names reference frames with constant relative velocity, and it's the subject of Newton's first law about how moving bodies stay in motion? Cochranton, Allison.
Friction?
No, Mercyhurst? Aiden?
Inertia?
That is correct. Here's your bonus. What sculptor's bronze works include Coming Through the Rye and a small statue of a lone cowboy atop a rearing horse called the Bronco Buster?
Rodin.
No, that's Frederick Remington. Toss-up. What building whose walls have calligraphy by Abdul Haq is made of Makurna white marble, was commissioned by Shah Jahan, and is in Agra, India? Mercyhurst, Kaylee.
The Taj Mahal.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. Neutron star mergers can produce what events, which are the most luminous in the universe and emit a lot of namesake high-energy radiation?
Supernova.
No, that is gamma ray bursts. Toss-up. What center, who was traded to the Los Angeles Kings in 1988, is the leading career goal scorer in NHL history and is known as the Great One? Mercyhurst, Jackson.
Wayne Gretzky.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. The Battle of the Crater took place as part of a Union siege of what Virginia city, whose fall in 1865 enabled the capture of Richmond?
Vicksburg.
No, it's Petersburg. Toss-up. What university suspended Isra Harisi, Congressman Ilhan Omar's daughter, amid Mercyhurst, Kaylee?
Columbia.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. In what state's town of Butler was Donald Trump speaking in July?
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
July 2024, when he survived an assassination attempt?
Pennsylvania.
Thank you. That is correct. Toss-up. What namesake of a biblical book is joined by a trio including Shadrach, reads the writing on the wall at Belshazzar's feast, and survives a lion's den? Cochranton, Allison.
Daniel?
That is correct. Here's your bonus. What diagrams whose axes display temperature and pressure show when a substance undergoes changes between its solid, liquid, and gas forms?
Material transformation.
No, it is phase diagrams. And now it is time for our lightning round. This time, Mercyhurst Prep will have first choice of topics. Your choices are Divine Comedy or Belgium.
Which one do you want? Belgium.
All right. Answer the following about Belgium. Its capital.
Brussels.
Correct. Main language spoken in southern Belgium and in Quebec.
French.
Correct. Northern region of Belgium where Dutch is the main language.
Flanders.
Correct. Independent Grand Duchy to its southeast.
Liechtenstein.
No, it's Luxembourg. Belgian surrealist who painted The Treachery of Images.
Pass.
Belgian cartoonist who created Tintin.
Pass.
Belgian-born actress who starred in Breakfast at Tiffany's and Roman Holiday.
Katharine Hepburn.
I'm sorry, it's Audrey Hepburn. 19th century king who founded the Congo Free State.
King Philip.
No, that's Leopold II. Belgium-based organization of 27 countries formed by the Maastricht Treaty as the European Union. Cochranton, your topic is Divine Comedy. Name these people, either real or mythical, referred to in the Divine Comedy. First man mentioned in the Bible.
Adam.
Correct. Egyptian queen who had an affair with Mark Antony.
Cleopatra.
Correct. Student of Plato who wrote the Poetics.
Pass.
Mythical Greek performer of 12 labors.
Pass.
Roman poet of the Aeneid.
Homer.
No, Virgil. Mythical musician who loved Eurydice.
Pass.
Roman emperor whose column depicts the Dacian Wars.
Pass.
Great pope who names a style of chant.
Pass.
Venerable monk who wrote ecclesiastical history of...
Bede.
I'm sorry?
Venerable Bede.
Correct. Pre-Socratic philosopher from Miletus who thought that everything is made of water.
Pass.
That is Thales. And now, at the end of the lightning round, we go back to regular play with this toss-up. What reactions that can have inner sphere or outer sphere mechanisms result in one molecule gaining electrons and another losing electrons? Mercyhurst, Aiden.
Electron transfer?
Yes. Is that acceptable, judges? All right. I'm sorry. Cochranton?
Can you reread the question, please?
Yes. What reactions that can have inner sphere or outer sphere mechanisms result in one molecule gaining electrons and another losing electrons? Daniel?
Energy transfer.
No, those are redox reactions. Toss-up. What city is at the mouth of the Chao Phraya River, is home to the Temple of the Emerald Buddha and the Wat Arun, and is the capital of Thailand? Mercyhurst, Leith.
Bangkok.
Correct. Here is your bonus. Diggory Kirk travels to the wood between the worlds in what C.S. Lewis novel, which is the first in the narrative chronology of the Narnia series?
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
No, that is chronologically within the sequence. It is the magician's nephew. Toss-up. What president who was investigated by Ken Starr in the Whitewater real estate scam? Mercyhurst, Leith.
Bill Clinton.
Correct. Here's your bonus. What amino acid, whose derivatives include serotonin, is erroneously blamed for causing turkey-induced drowsiness?
Tryptophan.
Correct. Toss-up. What city, which shares its name with the Trojan prince who ran away with Helen, is home to the Arc de Triomphe and the Cathedral of Mercyhurst? Kaylee.
Paris.
Correct. Here is your bonus. Edvard Munch and Jacques-Louis David both painted the assassination of what politician by Charlotte Corday during the French Revolution?
Robespierre.
No, it is Jean-Paul Marat. Toss-up. What reptiles whose subfamily Crotalines has heat-sensing pit organs? Mercyhurst, Leith.
Snake.
Correct. Your bonus, a demonic black cat named Behemoth decapitates a master of ceremonies at Moscow's Variety Theater in what Mikhail Bulgakov novel named for two lovers?
The Seagull.
No, it's The Master and Margarita. Toss-up. What law, whose individual mandate was upheld in 2012, expanded programs like Medicaid and is often nicknamed for a Democratic president? Mercyhurst, Leith.
Obamacare.
Yes, or the Affordable Care Act. Here's your bonus. Per 2024 rule changes in the NFL, on what kind of play will receiving team members be placed in a setup zone around the 35-yard line? Mercyhurst, Jackson. Oh, sorry. Bonus?
Kickoff.
Kickoff.
That is correct. Toss-up. What novella, whose first chapter depicts a dead mouse in one man's hand, is about workers named Cochranton? Daniel.
Flowers for Algernon. Algernon.
No, I will continue for Mercyhurst. Is about workers named George and Lenny and is by John Steinbeck. Mercyhurst, Kylie?
Of Mice and Men.
That is correct. Here is your bonus. The island of Corfu is in what sea, an arm of the Mediterranean that is west of Greece and south of the Italian peninsula?
Adriatic.
No, it is the Ionian Sea. Toss-up. What river, which forms a large delta with the Meuse and Scheldt rivers, flows into the North Sea and forms most of France's border with Germany? Mercyhurst, Leith.
The Rhine.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. What phenomenon, whose orbital version is displayed by Europa and Io, occurs when objects like glasses vibrate heavily at their natural frequency?
Resonance.
That is correct. Toss-up. And that's the end of the game. Cochranton, your score was 115. Great job during the matchup, and good luck with the rest of your academic year. Congratulations to Mercyhurst Prep with a score of 370. You will be moving on to the championship game of our competition.